The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning. It's Friday. Welcome to the ladies' room.
Good morning.
I'm Brenda.
And it's your girl, KB.
Hey, Morris Media, live on a Friday. And, it's just so funny because I was thinking on the way here this morning that every weekend, we start our weekend off here. True. So we don't really get to tell about our weekend until the next week, the following week. But yeah,
my weekend, it was great last weekend. My daughter's here from Texas. She's in school, so she's here, and she's a big help. I'm really glad when she's here. We just hung out, did a lot of girl things, shop and things like that. Victoria's Secrets had a sale.
Oh, that's always wonderful.
They had panties for $3 and bras for $20. So
that was awesome. Every woman
we went wild. Yes, we went crazy in that store.
Victoria's Secret have to go a step up.
Hey,
but it's okay. It's okay. I'm working on it. But I also had a great time. You invited me out this weekend, so we had a really great time.
We really had a good time.
We had an awesome time. Went to a really nice party, and they had gambling.
Yeah, they had
blackjack.
Poker table, blackjack,
and the dice.
The dice. That's my table.
But then it was also just really fantastic music and food. The setup was really, really great, and the crowd was really, really nice. And we had a really
good time.
And we partied.
We did.
And then that was on Saturday night. Then Sunday was my son going away situation. He's leaving, so we gave him a little barbecue at the park, and it turned out really nice. And we had a really great time there. We had people that we haven't seen in a while showed up, and so we, people showed up and showed out. I kept looking. Okay, thank you for the gift cards.
For Corral.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, baby, did you get one from Target? He was like, Mom. I said, well, I looked up. They don't have a Target where you're going.
Targets are everywhere.
I know, but they're not. I looked it up and I didn't see one out there. I really didn't. And so I was like, well, you know what? We could use it now. He was like, Mom, that's for me. I was like, okay, let's go get some stuff, Yeah. But anyway, it had a fabulous weekend. And I was just happy. I'm happy. It's kind of bittersweet because, you already experienced this like 3 times.
Yeah.
So how'd you get through that? Like, all of my children went to college, but everybody went to college here in California except him.
Well, I mean, for me, with the older 2 being boys, my oldest son, when he went, of course I was all scared and, whatever. But we went out there a lot. He initially went to Chicago, so we were out there a lot. And I really liked it out there and, saw his situation, saw how crazy and wild the girls are. And, I was really concerned, but, he got through it. And then the following year, my other son graduating, he went and joined them. They both went to the same school in Minnesota. Okay. So that, to me, that just put me at ease. The brothers were there together. But then when my daughter went, I went out there to Texas with her too. I like the situation, the whole college campus. And, my daughter's, it's different with her because she's like me. The boys are like, they were more immature and, wild too. But my daughter's not wild. So it worked out.
It worked out?
It worked out.
Okay.
We, on the phone every day, of course. But
that's awesome. Because I'm a little nervous, but it's not the first time he haven't lived at home. When he first started in the junior college, he lived on an apartment.
On campus.
Well, no, we got an apartment
across
the. He went to Fullerton, so we did get him an apartment out there, and so he has lived on his own. But I'm just like,
and your child.
I know.
You know how that you instilled in him. It's gonna stick. This is the test.
Oh my God, no. But it's still just that cringy feeling like, my baby is going, thousands of miles away. And Fullerton, jump on the 91.
Yeah, you're there.
We're good.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's thousands of miles. But no. He's looking forward to it, and he said he's ready. So I think that's the most important thing is when a child say that they are ready.
Yeah,
because that means
definitely.
that they've already processed it and they understand what it takes to do what you have to do. And that's why I told them, please just do what you have to do, baby. Go out there.
And then too, for me, like with my youngest son, I'm like, oh my gosh, because that's the baby, and I'm like, oh, when he leaves to go, but. Now I'm at the point just like, I'm I'm marking down the calendars now. Like, how many more years, 10 more years you'll be 18? Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I mean.
I know. Empty nester. I know.
Yes.
I know. That was one thing that I did find that would really
rewarding.
Be a positive out of this. Because I was like, oh my God, I'm thinking like, let's get an apartment out there so that whoever wants to go out there to see him play, they'll have a place to stay and we don't have to worry about hotels and all that.
It's exciting watching it on TV too because every Saturday we would tune in.
Okay, so that's what he said. He was just like,
you're going to be just exciting, but just go like for the homecoming. We would go to the homecoming and like the first game, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, because that's what he was like. He's like, Mom, it's on television. You'll be able to see it, and you don't have to come out, and that's money that you could give to me. I was like, okay. So I said, okay, let me make peace with that because feelings was a little hurt. Like, you don't have to come. You can watch it on television. I'm like, baby, I want to come and see you. But then I said, okay, well, this is what we'll do. For the money that was for the apartment, that I'll give you 1 month, and then I'm going to take it for myself the next month.
There you go.
So then he was looking like, I'm like, okay, that's a workout plan. We can do that. I can do a little extra with that.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yes. Overall, I'm happy, and I'm glad that he's moving forward with his life.
Congratulations, Correll.
Yeah. Hey, Keith.
And, we just started the show without saying, welcome to the ladies' room, and today's topics are...
I think we did say welcome to the ladies' room.
Oh, we said welcome. But
no, we said welcome
bad.
to the ladies' room.
I'm still
Morris Media.
Okay. So our topic for today...
No, we really didn't talk about that. Do we want to go into the Woman of the Week, or we want to go directly straight? Well, my Woman of the Week is going to go into our topic, which I chose Dolly Parton.
Oh, Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. A lot of people might not know who she is because she is a lot older than us. So, I'm already... But she paved the way in country music. Mm-hmm. But she's a writer, producer, author. And
she had big boobs.
Yeah, oh, my God.
Really big boobs.
Before implants.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
No, I don't think those... I don't think they implanted.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But they might have been big, a little big before she did the implants, and then they got bigger. I'm just saying.
She had implants.
Yeah,
but she was just like the first lady to flaunt them, I guess.
I mean, because she was, she's old, so they had implants. But okay. But anyway, she's a really wonderful, beautiful individual. And I wanted to say that, it's amazing on how much our people that they can get in front of the camera, they can do all kind of things, and then we never know what anybody is suffering from. But one of the things that I wanted to say about her was I love a quote that I found from her, and it says, "Find out who you are on purpose." Know who you are on purpose. Like, dig for real to find out who you are.
Yeah.
Find out who you are on purpose. Not accidentally or not because of situations or circumstances, but just know who you are on purpose. And I can relate to that because 2 years ago, I had to do a little soul searching.
Mm-hmm. I think we all do, or should.
Yeah, no, I did. It transformed my life 2 years ago, exactly. Where I had to ask myself, who am I? Mm-hmm. What do I want? What is my purpose? And what do I want to achieve? And I mean, I'm a grown woman. Yeah. But, I still got to that point where I'm looking around. My children are grown. I'm now older. And now, what's my mission? Because we spend our life dealing with our children. And our family circumstances and situations. And then it just got down to, who am I? So when I saw that, it just made me reflect on 2 years ago that I did a transformation within my life, and I changed my mindset.
Well, I too went through that. Like, who am I? I'm not just my kid's mom or Anthony's wife. You know what I mean? It's like, who am I? Yes. So you do have to do a lot of soul searching and
that's difficult.
Yeah, because you don't want to lose yourself. Just by
lost myself with the family and children.
Yes.
I had to go back and dig in. So that was the thing that made me. Go into who am I again 2 years ago. Like, now I have to find myself. I was going to say reinvent, but no, just find who I am. Just know who I am. Be comfortable and be certain of who I am at this point in life, because we did that whole mother thing, and everyone is doing. And I'm looking at everybody doing their thing, and nobody's looking back.
Yeah.
Those kids are moving on. They're like,
they are.
If we need you, we'll call you. I'm like, wait a minute, I just put my life and soul and blood and sweat on the line for you. Yeah. And that's all I'm getting. Yeah. But no, I had to recognize and understand that I was young too, and I did the same thing. I moved forward. Yep. With my life and the choices that I made. So, but when I did read her quote, it kind of touched me, because I was like, wow, I had to go through that.
Yeah, that touched me too.
Find out who you are on purpose, okay, ladies? On purpose. Know who you are on purpose. Don't play around. But the other part of me choosing her is that one of our main topics today was dealing with mental illness. Mm-hmm. And Dolly actually struggled with depression and suicidal thoughts. And as much as she's done in this world, in this whole world, globally, she still had to deal with that.
Oh, wow.
Suicidal thoughts and depression.
But, honestly, I think that everybody, has to deal with depression. I think that everybody kind of goes through it. A lot of people don't mention it. A lot of people won't bring it up, especially men. I don't think men will come out and say, I'm depressed right now. Or, more I can't even talk. Okay. You more so see women coming to the forefront and saying, I feel depressed. But,
when I thought about mental illness and depression, we all do, we reach points in our life where things may not be going the best way that they could or something. But where does the mental illness and depression start? We're just having a bad moment. Because even if we have a bad moment, we feeling some kind of way.
Yeah, we're angry or upset.
Or is it depression?
Or you can go into depression. And I guess depression does just fall up under that umbrella of mental illness. I guess. To me, it seems kind of normal. It just depends on how far you go with that depression. But, I'm no expert, so I can't really, speak on it. But I just know a lot of people do go through depression,
a lot of different
being
stuff.
depressed. And
yes. And just knowing that something's not right.
That's what life, because life is crazy.
It can be crazy if it's not controlled. Yeah, so that brought us into, who was our lady we brought into mental illness with? Dolly Parton and
Michelle Williams.
That was
the thing about Michelle Williams is that she checked herself into a mental facility. Like, she knew that, something was wrong. She was depressed, and she checked herself in. So
I know, and that was super big.
No, that was huge.
Super huge. Yeah. Like, I'm totally...
Because she really wanted help, a person who doesn't really want help, they're not going to do that. So she really wanted help.
Totally impressive. And I think that her wanting help, and other people may want help as well, but may not know what steps to take or how it would affect their life or their career, because she was in one of the world's largest singing groups.
Yeah, she was in the group. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So for her to experience all that greatness that was happening to her, but I read that at the same time she was depressed, and she had went to her manager at the time, which was Mr. Knowles, and told him, "Look, I'm feeling depressed. I'm not feeling the way that I should be feeling." And he was like, I don't know why, because everything is happening for you that's really, really great. But that's dealing with a person that may not understand. Obviously didn't understand mental illness or didn't take it to that level where, it really is serious.
And it really is a problem.
She's been out of the group for years now, and now you're still suffering from that. Wow. That means there was a problem. But I do take my hat off to her, and I encourage anybody that has any of the feelings, super depressed or suicidal thoughts, please reach out and get help.
Yeah.
Please reach out, because it is available for you.
It is.
Everybody might not have the finances that she has to get the team around her that I believe she had, but there is still help.
There is help.
There's help.
And like the group that we found, Nine, I think it's called, and you don't have to have the finances like Michelle Williams. You could, I don't even know if they have free services, but I do think they have free classes.
Right. And I think one of the things he said too was that they were not mental health experts, but they are family members who has dealt with it. So I think it's more of a support group.
It's a support.
But that's important too,
That
just
is.
to have the support to know that there's somebody somewhere that you can go and call. And we're going to do a little bit more detail on that next week.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring some numbers and stuff because it's important that we stay on that and that we let people know that you can get help.
Because we're getting educated and dealing with mental health. I can't even talk
it's
this
cool.
morning.
No, it's okay. Because we are. We've gotten a lot of
training.
knowledge.
Yeah, we're getting trainings and classes, taking classes, things like that, so that we can deal with it too.
And that we can help and make sure that people know that you can get help. And I mean, if you're on the edge, call somebody.
Yeah, always call somebody.
Call somebody. If you feeling super depressed, call. You can Google free mental health, free support group. Just do whatever you can do to save yourself because every life is important and every life matters.
Yeah.
And it's important because I'm going to be happy when the gentleman comes on to talk about the support.
Yes.
Because remember my girlfriend, she talked about her son.
Yeah.
And just from watching and being around her, dealing with her son, you need a support group.
You do need a support group.
Because with the mental illness and depression, anything can happen. Now, I'm not sure how far into the mental illness that he is into, but if he pop up, take the car, she doesn't know it, stuff like that. He might be in another state. She doesn't, she have to go get him.
And think of her because you're her support group,
exactly.
or we're her support group that day because she had somebody to go talk to.
Exactly.
So and you do need that.
You need that to let that out because the family members, they're suffering. You don't know what to do when it's your child and you love them, and you see them going through just some stuff that we're not really familiar with, especially in the African American community when we don't discuss it.
Yeah.
In our homes. I never would have thought of mental illness at
all.
Never
really,
heard it in my
in
my family. But it's there.
It is there.
I have a great niece that's suffering from schizophrenia. She's a functional schizophrenic. But she is beautiful, very, very talented.
Yeah.
And it is scary.
Yeah.
It is very, very scary because you just don't know what's the next thing that's going to happen, And I stayed with her actually for a few years.
Yeah.
And it is really, really scary.
So the more knowledge that you have, and the more education that you have on that subject,
the better
when things do
them.
pop up, you will be able to help them.
Because I know I read this book called The Sinner, and it was written by a schizophrenic.
It was written by
yes, a functional schizophrenic, and she went and got her PhD and everything. But she would find herself at certain times. She might be up under the professor's desk naked or on the roof naked. Just all kind of things were happening. But she got it under control. She got her meds right.
Through meds, yeah.
But the thing
you
about
can't stop taking the meds, right?
Well, you shouldn't. But the thing about the meds, what my niece told me, is that they have her lethargic.
I hear that a lot
she
too.
said she don't want to be in that type of state.
I don't like feeling like that.
But the other part of that is balancing out the meds to fit your body. And that's where that's one of the hardest parts is they will prescribe you the prescription medication, but is that the right medication for that individual? And so she went a long time fighting, going back and forth with the meds. And so what would happen is that she would go, if she went 8 months without taking them, then she'd crash. She would crash. If she went 8 months without them, then it would be like a crash period. And then that's when she'd crash. But if she took them, then it would keep her balanced.
Yeah.
She has a child.
Yes, I know.
But at the end of the day, she told me, Auntie, the meds are just...
They leave her feeling
really
lethargic, and I do hear that.
And all that. So she finally got the balance right.
Oh, okay.
And it took a couple of years to get that balance right on the medication because they have to try it, then you have to take it, and oftentimes they don't take it.
Yeah.
So mental illness is something that we cannot play with, and we need to address it, and we need to give more information on it because people need help.
Yeah, so tune in next week for sure because we will have someone from, am I saying it right, NIAM? It's a group here in Los Angeles. And
it sounds right.
Okay, it sounds right.
But we'll definitely have him come in.
And share resources with everyone. And you guys can call in, ask him any kind of questions you want. So please do tune in next week.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now we're just going to go and go to our little topics.
Oh.
I was really, 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 really shocked that Faith Evans married Stevie J.
Yes, and she's my woman of the week. I chose Faith Evans. She's very beautiful, talented singer. Of course, she was signed with Bad Boy. And I think she's older than Stevie J. So good for her.
Yeah, I think she's underrated.
I think she's underrated too.
I think Faith is underrated, and I think that a lot of our artists are underrated, but I do believe it is the team that is around them and attitude. Not that she has a bad attitude or anything. I'm not saying that for Faith, but it's just her team. It has to be her team. I'm just going to say I believe it's her team because Faith is really a great singer. She's really beautiful individual, but she never gets the complete recognition that I think she should have. She's beautiful though. Beautiful.
Okay.
But Stevie
Singer,
J,
songwriter. And what is it with Stevie J? I mean, what is it with Stevie J? Stevie J, Faith?
But really back in the day, he was the man. He really did a lot of good work that we don't know about, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Stevie was the man at one point. He used to talk to Eve.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
So during that time, he was a hot producer. Okay. He was working with P. Diddy, side by side. So he really had it going on, and he really have skills. And the other thing, we should have did a clip of Faith's new single. I think it's called "Love in a Minute."
Okay, I haven't heard it.
Oh, and it's bomb.
Oh, is
it's
it?
bomb, and I think he produced it. It is really. I heard it yesterday actually, and it's really, really a nice little tune going on there.
Oh, okay.
And she's getting down with it on her new video because her family. I had read on the fact that she married him, and her family and her friends and everybody was really, really shocked that she made that move.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh my God. But what she did, she responded to everybody with "Love in a Minute." She just sent them a little clip of her song.
Oh, really?
But I thought she was with him for a minute now, though. Let's go back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth.
Because I thought I saw her on one of those reality shows with him a long time ago.
I think so. But I thought that he was with Jocelyn.
I think him and Jocelyn was over a long time ago.
Okay, after the baby was born or whatever.
I think that ran its course. But they're probably back and forth. You know how it go.
Yeah, but I mean, good luck to them.
That's what I'm saying. Good luck to Faith, and I hope it's a good decision for her. And I hope that her album drops and it goes platinum.
Now, why did you say But you had heard?
Oh, there you go.
What you had heard about Stevie J?
That was off the record. No, but actually I did. I heard that Stevie was a great romantic guy. Yeah,
Oh,
I heard that he could. Really,
he was working with something.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that Stevie could really get it in.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, good for you,
So
Faith.
I was like, okay, love can blind you.
Yeah.
And sex can be really, really great. I'm not saying that's the thing with Stevie and her, but
that it can.
Yeah, because I had a lady tell me a couple of days ago that she said, okay, her guy might not be that great on the finance part of it, but she said she just can't stop the loving part. She just dig that to the end.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay. As long as you're smiling and you're happy, and it makes a difference.
It will take you a long way. And on that note, we're going to take a break.
Okay.
It's warm in here now.
No. going to go into,
Here we go.
do you have any? Hey, welcome back to the ladies' room.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Morris Media Studios live.
Hey.
I'm Brenda.
Your girl KB.
How you guys doing today? It's Friday. Our weekend starts here. So
Yes.
I'm just like looking forward to it.
Me too.
I'm really looking forward
tonight, we have that concert with Big Daddy Kane, EPMD.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. That's how you going.
Yes.
Big Daddy Kane is the one that I go to work.
Yeah, I go to work raw.
I used to love him back in the day.
Too.
He had the little video going.
Yeah.
And he was putting in work with them dance moves.
Yeah, yes.
And I was like, oh,
yes,
Big Daddy
high
Kane.
top fade.
Okay, so who else going to be with EMD? That's going to be good.
EPMD, Dougie Fresh.
Oh, Dougie always puts on a good show.
And I think that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. You probably have some surprise guests.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, now I want you to go and enjoy yourself.
I got my dance moves and
Okay, you ready?
No.
About to show you something.
Got my gear and everything. I'm straight. Yeah. I'll let you know.
Take the pictures.
I'll
Take the
let you
pictures.
know.
That's Bob.
Okay.
You know what? One of the topics that I want to talk about, too, that I've noticed as I scroll through social media and I'm looking at linked Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, is that you can really actually brand yourself through social media. That's just a new thing today.
You mean without going through us?
But we assist with all that. But I think the social media is like you could really do some real serious marketing.
Yeah, true.
Some really serious marketing. I was listening to my son last week, talking my oldest son. I told you he works in the marketing department for Target. So whenever you see that little round red circle on your Instagram or any social media, my son, hey son, good job. But that made me go into just really looking into it. And there are just things that you could really do with social media to market yourself, period. And I guess that's how all the Instagram girls are doing it, right?
Yeah.
Because now they're not really even going through modeling agencies. They're just Instagram famous.
Themselves.
Like India Love, she became Instagram famous.
Ray
a lot of them.
girl.
Yeah, all of that, But
so this is definitely something that we're going to sit down because we've been so busy with other endeavors. So we have to finally sit down. I believe in at the beginning of August, right? The month of August. And this is something that we are going to
really
do and offer.
And utilize it.
Yes.
And I think if we do it and just prove it that it's usable, then we can package it with our other
Definitely.
stuff. Yes, absolutely. But because you have to find a balance when you're using the social media. You have to do the posts with what they belong with. Like if it's educational things, they need to be educational posts. You just need to do inspiration, entertaining, whatever it is. You need to balance it out, but you can do it on social media.
Yeah,
that's a really wide market, and it's so open.
And a lot of times it's free or low cost.
Yes.
So that's the good part about it.
Absolutely. And you can you put your brand on there. You could put your brand on there. But you have to be really strategic about it, I think. I think you have to really make the proper moves with it. Utilize it to your best advantage. I mean, because we hear a lot. I read a lot of stuff on there, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is like, oh, you're just going a little bit too far. Can we
Yeah.
just calm it down a little bit? What does this have to do with anything or whatever? But it's freedom for people to say whatever they like to say and to post whatever they like to post. So the one thing I'm going to say about social media, if you don't want the feedback, don't get on.
Because you will get
get the feedback.
Yeah.
You will definitely get the feedback. And if you don't want that, then you don't need to be on there because if you're sensitive.
Yeah.
Because I was reading something yesterday.
Everybody has an opinion.
Everybody. And two people was going ham on there yesterday. One of them was Lil Wayne's daughter. She was upset because people were making comments about her baby sister. They posted a picture of Toya's child, and then people were saying things that were not of a nice nature. And so she got into her feelings about it, which, of course, that's her little sister, and she would. And who would just be that mean?
Who would talk about a
to
baby
say something
anyways?
about a baby? That was
Come
just like,
on now.
come on.
Yeah.
That is just way too ridiculous. Like, don't do that. Don't talk about a child like that. And it was Khloe Kardashian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she had posted pictures of her child, and people were saying things that were not pleasant.
Oh, okay.
But that would make a mother or anybody,
Of course,
come in on you. Don't say,
you're going to comment on.
How you going to talk about a little baby?
Yeah.
Like, that was crazy. But they did, respond to several of the posts that were...
That's messed up.
The posts were on there regarding the looks of the children. And, they were mad about it.
Well, yeah.
But I just think that don't get upset about it. If you post it, then you open it up for people to be able to say whatever they want to say.
That's true.
And then you open it up to you have to take what people are going to say. And I don't mean it's true. It don't mean you have to process it.
That's just that person's
That's just their opinion.
Can you imagine when we had kids? And we would have posted their picture, and somebody would say,
"Oh my God,
he's gonna grow into his looks."
No, the twins was bald for 2 years, so imagine that. Like 2 years, they didn't have hair at all for 2 years, but they wound up having a head full of hair, but they didn't have any hair.
They say that's how it is
for 2 years, and I would have been a little in my feelings too. I don't think I would.
Especially
definitely
being younger too.
I was about to say I definitely was not as mature as I am now.
Yeah,
but I just feel like, don't take it personally and don't get upset behind it.
Everybody has an opinion. Doesn't mean that it's right or wrong.
And you could get into it because I get upset if you say something about my children today and they are grown.
Me too.
But I do know that I'm not about to go in and go ham on anybody because it's your thoughts.
Yeah.
You can share your thoughts. That's how you feel.
Anyways, it don't matter. You're not paying no bills over here, so it don't matter what you do.
It's almost like, Latoya, listen, you living a good life, girl. Yeah. Stop. Don't go in. Chloe, what? You've been wanting a baby for 100 years, so it would be nothing that no one can say to me about my baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so social media can be used for a lot of different things, but it's really a good tool to brand yourself. And part of that is they all branded themselves on social media, Toya and Chloe. So you have to engage with your audience.
Yeah, you have to engage with them.
You know what it is. So
seriously.
But I read the article about the publishing of. It was published for the branding of yourself on social media, and I thought it was interesting because there's so many views and so many aspects to it, and it's so much positive energy and positive information about branding yourself. Until I can see that's a good outlet.
A good outlet.
Yes, a good outlet for marketing. It really, really is. And when they say social media, they mean that. Because if you go on, they have this one link called Linked. But you go in there and you put your information on there, and then other people that are in the business that you're in, they contact you.
They contact you, yes.
Or you contact them, or you hook up, or you link up, and you just try to do as much
good
business.
Networking.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Great,
good marketing.
Great networking.
So social media is a good place for marketing,
I think it is if you, in a professional realm, but other than that, like entertaining and stuff like that, it's kind of slippery.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. It is. Yeah. And you just have to have some heart about yourself and some guts, because once you put it out there, it's like when my girls did reality television, it was all type of comments. Everybody had everything to say, and there were really positive ones and there were negative ones, and it was just, don't feed off of the negative. Whatever is positive, let's roll with that. Let's go with that. Yes, because people are going to say all kinds of things about you, and cruel things. I was reading about my daughters. I was like, are they really saying this? You don't know my girls.
And that's the thing. They don't know. They don't know what type of people they are or anything. So it shouldn't matter.
But at the end of the day, we're all sensitive to some degree. So, and we are territorial when it comes down to our family and our close friends. And you don't want anyone saying anything negative about them. But it comes with the territory, as you said. And we just have to roll with that.
Yeah. There it is. Now I have a question.
Okay.
Can a woman live without a man from the age of 18 to 60 and be happy? What do you think?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Now, when I was first asked this question, my initial response was, yeah. But then I sat back and thought about it. I was like,
From 18 to 60?
From 18 to 60, absolutely not.
No, unless and the only way you can do that is if you don't have an interest in a man.
True.
I mean, if your sexual preference is the same sex, that's different.
Or if you're just, what do you call it, hermit? And,
a nun.
You just, a nun or a hermit, and you just want to, explore the world on your own solo. But for the average woman, I was like, heck no.
I do believe that our life, a man and a woman, they are a balance to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's your preference.
Yep.
You know, if you're in a relationship with one man, one woman, or however, it's a preference. It's a balance. You need a man. There's some energy and some stuff that needs to be handled.
It needs to be, yeah.
You need to be able to let yourself be
handled.
Free. Because at 18, once you start with sexual activity, then there's a certain requirement. There's some things that need to take place. You know, and I don't see a whole bunch of years going by, and I don't see being without a man. Now we talking about now we can get into the personal part of that, of being in a relationship with a man. Do you have to be in a relationship with a man from 18 to 60?
I think that differs. No, I don't think you have to be in a...
But I think you need to have that man in your life to serve a certain purpose.
Yeah, because, I've been going to these meetings, and it's a lot of feminists. And their whole thing is like, no, you don't need a man to feel fulfilled, to, this and this and
your
that.
Your sexual needs you do.
And I was like, I think I'm in the wrong class. Because you do.
For your sexual activity, you do need a man. If
and not only for that, for protection, for,
we're in 2018 where we're really liberated and where we really do a lot for ourselves. And that we do understand, how to maneuver and to survive financially without a man, because most women
we got that.
We that part of it. But I do like that protection feeling that a man is protecting me. I do like that feeling of knowing that somebody is going to open the door for me, or somebody's going to make sure I have gas in my vehicle. Certain little things like that. But it's still stuff we could do ourselves. But
I was like, I come home with heavy bags. I need a man. You know what I mean? I need a man to open up this door, like you said, and to put
come and get the bags,
gas,
okay?
Yeah. Pick me up every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
And give me some of that capital to make sure I purchase what's in those bags. But no, not really on that, you guys, because finding yourself and knowing who you are, it means that you can do things
that
on your own.
But I'm
you can
not
financially do your thing. But I do think for me, physically, I think it's important for me to have a man.
It's for me too.
For me,
definitely.
That's what I'm into. So my sexual activity, I need a man.
Yes, definitely.
So I think it's important to have a man in your life. And it is a balance. And we are created to procreate. And the only way that can happen is with a man and a woman.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You could be in the same-sex marriage, same-sex relationship, all that.
But
you can go and adopt a child. That's a beautiful thing. Nothing wrong with that. But the procreation, somebody had to create that child that you're adopting. So I think that part of our existence here is to procreate. And it creates a balance. Yeah. Now, are we all in healthy situations where that balance is at? No. But it does create a balance, and I think the ladies need to know that, we are strong, we're powerful, we're independent.
But we're women. At the end of the day, we're women, and we do, that male presence, that male being there is
it's
needed.
Important.
It's needed.
It is important for me. I enjoy it.
Me too.
I enjoy it. I enjoy making sure that, hey, somebody said, Brenda, you look cute today. I mean, you can get that from anywhere, but it's a difference when you get it from a man.
No, me, it's just, open the doors, get these bags, they heavy.
That's important to have that male figure in your life. Yeah. And it just depends, as long as it's healthy.
Yeah, if it's not healthy, I can see where a lot of the anger comes from, because a lot of people aren't in healthy relationships.
Yeah, it has to be healthy.
And that's a struggle, trying to get, out or balance it or whatever. But when it's healthy, it's right.
When it's healthy and it's right. And I think that in a relationship, I think one of the most important parts is when you do come home from wherever you're coming from, work, school, whatever it is, a healthy, balanced relationship, you can tell when you walk in your home.
It's your home.
It's your home.
It's not just a house.
It's your home.
A space.
It's that feeling of that
home.
I'm secure right here. I feel good. I'm happy to be here.
I want to see you. No matter what's happening outside these walls, when I come here.
That's what I feel it should be. It should be beautiful and it should be happy. And not in no la-la stuff where, that's just make-believe. Because everybody's going to have you're going to have a disagreement. You're not going to agree on everything. No. But at the same time, we could agree to disagree and we can still be happy. I like that whole, make me happy. I want to smile. I want to cook for you. I want to make you happy. I want to do the things that's going to make you be comfortable when you get home. I want you to be. I want the house to look good. I want to look good. I want everything food cooked. I want to make sure all that stuff is happening. But you have to make sure that I'm feeling all that.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's my little story.
My little get up would be a little different,
but my get up is I want to make you happy, but you have to make me happy.
Yeah.
And I think that our existence together should be happy.
Yeah. And I think if you truly love someone, you truly want to be with that person, you will making them happy will make you happy. You know what I mean?
And I think sometimes in our relationships, so we lose a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean like, this is kind of like, okay, we take things for granted.
That's what I was going to say.
We don't allow the communication to be what it should be.
Yeah.
And then we don't have the opportunity to speak completely freely because someone's feelings may get hurt. Or they may not be able to receive what you're trying to tell them, or they may take it in a negative way. So when I say our household should be happy, then we need to do the things to make it happy, which means have that effective communication. That means being able to talk openly and say what you really, really feel without being
scared you're going to hurt somebody's feelings
or don't come and attack me either.
There you go.
Don't hurt my feelings. Don't play with me. Let's talk about it, and let me tell you if I'm unhappy about something. I think that's important. If we could go to our mate, spouse, friend, lover, and say, you know what, I really don't like this because it makes me feel like A, B, and C. Don't just start an argument because you're upset and mad. No, let's talk about why are you mad, and let's prevent that. It's called preventive measurements. That's how you get along. Let's prevent some stuff from happening.
A lot of times, selfishness has to do with a lot of it because you're like he, and you're not saying, well, I contribute to that too.
Exactly. We contribute to it. I had situations in my life where I played a part in it. I did not, because for a long time I didn't understand that communication and how important it is and how to handle situations without reacting emotionally. We're emotional creatures.
Yep.
So when you do something, you're going to get that instant feedback, and it's not going to be that smooth conversation. I'm there now.
Yeah.
I'm there now. I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to find out what it is, and I'm going to let you know, what, I don't like this. And this is why. Or this, when you said A, B, and C to me, it hurt my feelings and it made me feel like this. And I don't think that I should have to feel like that. I'm not saying we got to, play no games or nothing, but
but
tell me,
effective communication.
Yes, tell me. I'm going to tell you what was said, how it made me feel, and how I didn't like it. And here's a solution that we can work on it to get better at it, so we have preventive measurements and we don't have this situation again. But little things get on everybody's nerves in relationships. And when we allow those things to build up, then it's difficult because now we have a whole bunch of
boiling point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you hit that boiling point and say one wrong thing. It's a wrap. It's going down. It's going down. Sister girl is going to come out. Brother man's going to show you, who are you? You're looking at that person like, who are you? But you have to have that communication when it's in a relationship. And the balance of that is you, both parties.
Yeah.
Being able to sit down, being able to be honest, and being able to come up with solutions. What would annoy me more than pretty much anything is if you keep talking about a problem.
The same problem over and over again.
We can have that problem, but let's get a solution to it. And then we can move on. And another problem will pop up, but let's have a solution. Tell me a solution. Don't come at me and tell me about me without a solution or what you think should happen. You could be angry, you could be upset, you could be mad, you could just blow up if you want. But here's the thing.
Deal with it.
Can we get a solution? Because if we do that, then that's something we could eliminate and we could move forward with a positive, productive mind. Yeah. We could be progressive in the relationship because I think that the relationship is just like our life. It should be growing, developing, transforming together. What happens when
one partner grows and the other one doesn't? You know how people grow at different levels of life, and if you're growing and he's not growing, or he's growing and you're not growing, that's a problem.
It's a problem. It becomes a problem. But then that goes back to what we were saying earlier with the effective communication. I don't want to be educated and you're not. School might not be your thing, but you need to pick up something and read something. You need to do something. You need to read a book, an article, so that because the mind is stimulated. As long as the mind is being stimulated and not just by one thing. Not just by sex, but it's stimulated by other things, world events, things that are happening,
world events,
and we have to grow together. And it doesn't mean we got to go to school together, we got to do everything together, but we have to stay on the same page and the same level. And then you have to respect what I'm doing, and I have to respect what you're doing, because your growth might be different than mine. But as long as we move forward in a positive, productive manner, and we're on the same page, we're good. But we do fall off of that. We fall off, 40 years in a situation, you better believe you have some fall offs without a lot of information and training. Because when I first got into a relationship, there was no books, no training.
And there's there's books.
But I'm saying, now it is. But my parents didn't sit down and say, this is what's supposed to happen, A, B, and C. This is what's supposed to happen in your finance. This is what's supposed to happen in your private, your personal sexual life. This is what's supposed to happen when you have children. No, things just happen.
It just happened. You learn from the experience.
And then you try to just, I tried to model and say, you know what, I want to be a better mom.
And that's what I did.
I want to be,
that's what I said.
Have a better relationship.
With my kids, all of them.
With the children and with the spouse.
Yeah.
I want to have a better relationship. I want to make sure that my children understand that Black life really does matter, and seeing us together and growing and providing life for them. Respect us. Respect our Black life. Respect who you are as a Black man and a Black woman, a Black child, a Black youth. All that, I wanted them to see that because...
Which is important, very important.
It was very important. And my family, I think the family just started disintegrating. Everybody started getting divorced and everybody, next thing now we have single mothers. And I was like, what is going on? Where our children are not seeing that there are 2-parent homes and that we can move as a unit, as Black people, together to achieve a common goal, which is to raise our children, provide a lifestyle for them, and educate them on what they need to know to your best of your ability.
Because I think a lot of times with females, we're under that Cinderella type fairy tale type of...
Absolutely.
Like my mom, my mom led us to believe into that fairy tale lifestyle, but my dad was like, no. He let us know at an early age. So growing up, I didn't really want to get married, to be honest.
No, I didn't either.
I mean, I was like,
no, it was not a big thing to me. Everybody around me made it more of a big thing, like, but it was not a big thing. I don't think you have to be married. I mean, your religious beliefs, because we grow up with a certain religion.
But you should
get married, belief. But I don't know,
because I only say that because you do have some rights as a wife when you get married.
Make your own rights.
No, but it's not upheld by the law.
Look at me. We can change the law. No, but I don't think that marriage is something.
It's just a piece of paper.
Yes, I believe that. I know.
The marriage is, between the two people.
That's
not
the marriage.
The paper.
Yeah, it's not the paper. But I want to go back to what you said with the fairy tale thing, because in our reality, growing up, when I was a little girl, we played house.
We did too.
We played house. I mean,
and I always had a husband.
Well, we played house. The husband was riding a bike outside, wasn't there. Okay, so but I'm saying that to say that the image that we have of life started when we were young, and we played house.
That's true.
And there was no guy there.
No, it was a guy.
My boys wasn't playing house. The boys wasn't playing house with us.
No, because let me explain. Okay, because when I grew up, my older sister, she didn't play outside. I played outside. My cousins were my age. So I played with them. They were boys. So I was protected all the way around. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, we would collect bugs and we would play in the mud and stuff like that. But yeah, I was the mother, and then I had a little husband, and we would pick caterpillar.
I mean, we said there was a husband there, but he was always at work, okay? But as far as the boys in my neighborhood, they were up mini bikes, riding bikes, doing all type of other stuff. They was not about to come over there and say, we're going to play house with you.
No,
but the girls did.
My husband, he came by, and he was like, honey. He didn't sit there and play, but he was there. You know what I mean?
That was cool then. Okay.
So my whole
cool.
idea of,
of the whole thing. But I want to top that off with the image that we had growing up was that we were really playing house. So by the time we were ready, we were really ready. The guys weren't really ready like we were ready, because it already started off in us.
They ever are.
I think that's my point, is that it started off in the females young playing house. Yeah. There's a husband there. He might not physically be there, but there's one there, and we run in his house. We're playing. We have the little doll babies, and the ice cream truck came. It was shopping time, and so we had that whole thing on lock in regards to family. And being orientated and all that, and so we grew up with that. And then also, like you said, we didn't get the true E! Hollywood story on what guys, how guys, and the different type of guys.
Well, my dad schooled us.
I didn't get it.
Oh, we got it good. By the time I was in high school, I already knew what the guy was going to say before he would say it. I was that girl. Like, yeah.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I really do give my dad props for that, but he should spend more time with his sons too. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like they said, if the father's not there, then how does the mother make a man?
That's a good question.
How does a mother make a man?
Because I was told by my husband that he was just like because can't no woman raise a man, can't no woman raise a man, can't no woman raise a man.
Oh.
And I mean that's like I don't know,
it's kind of women have done it because they've been single mothers.
They had to do it, and
they have
did
to do
it.
No choice about it.
Really?
But it does become a point in time in a young man's life that
he does need a father.
I think he do need
because
a man. But it needs to be a good man and a healthy man.
There you go.
And just because you're the father, it don't mean that you deserve to be in their life if you're not showing them by example.
Might not be capable of teaching anything.
Exactly. So that thing, and then here's the thing with the mothers raising the sons, because I can see how I am so over my boys.
Son. Yeah.
I'm like, my God,
Yeah, and I had to sit back and think about that. Like, why am I like that?
I have to release him.
Yeah, exactly. He's not your baby. He's a man. I don't raise babies. I raise
men.
Boys to be men.
Exactly.
So once I came in with that conclusion, it's like I had to like really, 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 really detach me. Because me, I was go ham for my boys.
Exactly. I'm talking about, whoa. So when my oldest son got into a serious relationship, my daughter said, "Mom, you're having anxiety."
Yeah. I was like, Brenda, I like her. She was like, what? No.
I was at that point. At that point.
And you've grown so much.
Yeah,
and
I really
think
have.
I actually learned from that because,
Yes, exactly. Because
over mothering these boys and
we're,
keeping the like they say, the titty out their mouth.
I know, absolutely.
So that was hard for me. I mean, especially me, because I was like, my oldest son, I wanted to do everything, and this and that, and it was a mistake. A mistake.
Well, when he got into his first real relationship, my daughters, they were like, "Mom," they told me I was having anxiety separations from my son, and that I need to just let him go. And
wow.
I mean, they came hard on me, and it wasn't that though. It was not that. I said, "No, it's not that, baby. I want him to grow, and I want him to develop, and I want him to become."
No woman's gonna ever be good enough for him.
No, they are. No, I love his lady. I had to grow to love her, though. Honestly,
I really do like 100.
I did have to grow to love her, but she is a beautiful individual,
and they're good together.
And they're good, and they're living their best life, and I'm so proud of them at this point. But we did have a clash, and maybe it was our personalities were both very strong. We're both very, tough women, and so we clashed. And I'm not going to lie about that, but we did get over it, and I think now I really like her. She's beautiful.
She is.
She is. She really is. And she loves my son. And that right there.
That's all that matters.
And she loves him in a really good, healthy way.
And we have a call.
Oh, caller.
Oh, my gosh, my hair.
I have a question.
Hi, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Leslie, and I'm calling from Los Angeles.
I can't hear.
Her name is Leslie, and she's calling from Los Angeles.
Wait, hold on.
Yep. Okay, is that better? There we go.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi. I hear you guys talking about love and relationships, and I'm curious, are there any depictions of black love on TV right now that you particularly like? I know that there's, Love Is on OWN, which is really something that I really
love
like.
that show.
And I'm curious if there's any other just depictions of black love on TV that you think are particularly resonant.
Oh my God.
I really don't watch a lot of TV, so I really don't know.
That's very hard.
I do watch Love Is.
No. Well, I don't even know if it's still on, but I did like Blackish with Tracy Ellis. It's still on. I'm just like Kimber. I don't have a lot of time to watch television, but I did like Blackish when I saw that. And it was another program with a young girl. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Oh, Insecure.
Oh, yay, of course.
Insecure, yes. I like that. I saw that several times, and she was into a really heavy relationship with her dude, and then her ex-dude came back into her life. And, it just showed, but it showed how love.
Happen like that.
Yeah, it showed how love, how it can get played out in different ways. But, man, that is a wonderful question. Now I'm going to have to research Black Love program.
Me too.
Because I haven't seen it.
I think you will really like Love Is. It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
It's the true story of the sister who wrote Girlfriends and some other show.
Okay. Okay, so the name of it is called Love Is.
Love
And
Is.
it's on TV One or BET.
No, it's on OWN. It's on Oprah.
Oh, it's on
OWN.
OWN. Yeah,
Really
OWN.
good.
On
And
okay.
thank you for mentioning Issa Rae because she got nominated for an Emmy last week. So
Oh
thank
my
you.
God! Yeah, Issa, she was so good. I love her character.
I love her
I love
show.
the fact that she's strong. I love the fact that she embraces her blackness and she does not shy away from her hair, her
No.
tone, everything. I love her.
And she represents,
Black girls rock.
Black girls today.
Black
So,
girls rock. She rocks.
Thank
Okay,
you,
thanks,
ladies.
Leslie.
Thank you so much for calling.
Oh my God, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, thanks.
Bye bye. Yeah, so that's something we have to
You
look
know, that's
into.
sad. I can't even name a show.
I couldn't either.
I'm thinking and thinking. I'm like, I don't.
But I don't even engage in television like that.
Me neither. That's
the
the thing.
Is that I don't have time to watch it,
Yeah.
and when I do, I just have selected things that I
Yeah.
will really watch. But I have not watched any Black love
Me neither.
shows.
So I'm going to look out for that this
Yeah,
weekend for
definitely.
sure.
I'm
Next week, I'm
Go
going to
through
definitely look out
100
for
channels
that.
and try to find out what.
Yeah, I'm going to come back and report to you guys Friday
For
because
Black
it's got to be
Love.
some type of
Yes.
show. I was going to say Power.
That's a different type of love.
I
Okay,
know,
that's
I
some
was
down.
thinking
I'm in
about
the
that.
hood. Like I did
Yeah.
watch that though. I did watch
Yeah.
the new season premiere
What do you
of it.
think about Tariq?
Well, the son.
Yeah.
See, here's that thing. But he had his dad, and look at the choices he still made.
But look, his dad, that he knows what his dad is lifestyle. He knows what his dad does. So.
But this is what I'm saying. Up until the point where he realized what his father was
Mm-hmm.
doing, he had a lifestyle, and he was living
Yeah.
a certain lifestyle. And at that point, why is it necessary to embrace the opposite of what you are accustomed to? That's the thing that I don't get. But it's life, and we
Yeah.
do. But the whole thing is, why did they write him going that
way.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Every black guy do not have to be a thug, a dealer, or do all that to achieve.
To achieve that,
They
that
could
level
have
of
wrote him
lifestyle.
in where, okay, I see you, Daddy. I'm not with that life, and let me show you. I'm gonna go get this
I'm going to
education, get the
school,
degree,
be
and
a
I'm
lawyer or
gonna run the club.
Yeah.
Really run the club
Yeah.
because now my stuff is legit.
And that would have been good. That would have
And,
been
what I mean?
great.
That could have been
That would
another way to
great.
write it, but they
Yeah.
wrote it to him falling off and all that. So black minds.
Yeah.
But everything is not like that, and
It's
everybody
not.
is not like that.
It's not.
You know what I mean? I'm glad that we were able to raise our boys in somewhat of the suburb, and that they didn't fall prey to any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important because the show strong black youth coming up. So that's what I was looking for Power. I wanted them to take
take it to
take
a
Tariq to
positive,
the
somewhere
whole
where he could-
situation,
yeah.
and he could help his dad. Like, okay,
Exactly.
Dad,
Like
you
I said,
didn't do
I'm
it.
going to be a lawyer. It's like I help you get out or something.
Yes, no, I'm gonna run your program for you.
Yeah.
You cannot get out of what you into for whatever reasons, but I can.
I'm going to get you out.
I
Yeah.
can. And they could have went there, and then they could have kept the family positive. Why did he have to go and get into a relationship with the lady? You know what I mean? Why did that have to happen?
Yeah.
They could have been Bonnie and Clyde.
That
I would have preferred
awesome.
to see her on the streets with a gun
When
shooting
exactly.
with him,
Side by
opposed to
side,
her
baby.
sleeping with the,
I got the left, you got the
yeah.
right.
So,
Yeah.
but the writing was good, and it is good writing.
It's good writing.
and it totally
I think
is good.
we're in for a twist.
Oh,
I
you
think so. I think Tariq is going to end up killing his dad's enemy or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Stay tuned. I'll still
tuned.
watch it.
Yeah, yes. I'm gonna try to catch up with it because I did see the very first episode for the new season, and so I'm gonna have to.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So should texting while walking be illegal?
Yes.
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 Oh,
Yes.
so many accidents.
Because you're not paying attention.
yeah, and then you're going to stop in the middle of the
You,
street
you are
texting.
not paying attention. I'm sorry.
What do you-
You're not paying attention. I sat there at one light and watched the gentleman step down off the curb and almost got hit because just texting, not paying attention.
Just paying attention to the phone.
This car is about to make a right turn. Although you have the right of way as the individual.
You're not paying attention. This
but
car is about to hit you.
The car's about to
Yeah.
hit you. The car had to swerve.
Wow.
And all he had to do was pay attention and say, look, I'm going to text when I get to the other
Yeah.
side. Okay?
Wow.
But texting is dangerous. Texting and driving is dangerous. Texting and walking is dangerous. So we just have to be more aware.
Aware
you guys,
what we're
more
doing.
aware.
Yes.
Okay.
Time flew by today.
I know. I can't believe it's all. We're out of here. Morris Media
The
Studios
ladies'
live.
room.
Hi, poetess.
Don't forget to tune in next week. And you guys, please call in next week when we have our experts
For the mental
here
health.
for mental health.
Yes, absolutely.
Call any questions. You can hit us up
Hi,
on
Poet.
the ladies' room on Facebook.
Yes.
All right. Have a great
So we're
weekend.
gonna do the social media and start
We are,
marketing. Morris Media Studios. We
Ladies'
love you,
room,
Portis. The
KB.
ladies' room.
Aye.
We're out.